All right, I'm gonna make some peanut butter cups for you so you can see how easy it is, and it's so much healthier for you. I mean, listen, it's still sweets, there's gonna be a little bit of sugar, but it's gonna be a lot better for you than just traditional. So, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna use, right? So I'm gonna use the Lily's, and I'll tell you why I like Lily's. So Lily's doesn't have any of the sugar added, and I love that. So I like these. These are more expensive than the others. So I'm going to make a regular one with the Hershey's chips, but these are going to be for me. And for everybody else, I can have the Hershey's because it's a little bit more sugar, but hey, it's fun. That's what we're doing. And you can also make your own peanut butter. Okay. Now, this being said, don't go under the illusion that, oh my God, this is all I do. I have a pantry full of like 5 things of like Skippy and Jif, right? But I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this. So if you're really trying to watch your sugars, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now we are going to use honey as a sweetener. I actually have a client whose neighbor has bees and he takes such good care of his bees. So I try to get honey that I know is, harvested nicely. I don't even know if that's a thing. So, but I already started some of the peanut butter. See, look. I'll show you how easy it is because it's not enough, right? You're going to need, listen, I'm not a person who's going to be like, you need specific measurements because my OCD says I need measurements. My ADHD says the hell with measurements. So we're not doing that. So I will show you the simplest part of this though. And I always like to get the unsalted. So if you do the unsalted, you can just get any peanuts. And I just pour it in here. But you're going to need a generous portion because it's going to go down. So I'm going to I don't know. I think, is that too much? Let me see. I'm going to try to do this and then I'm going to show you what else we're going to do. We're also going to take a little bit of coconut oil because sometimes, listen, if you have a food processor, you probably don't need the oil. I thought I had a food processor and I do somewhere, but I'm just going to use a spoon of the coconut oil and just going to put it in here, right? And I need somebody to clean up behind me. I really do. That would be so perfect. I'm going to show you this. Then I'm just going to put the lid on it. See, I'm sure I did well past that fill line. And let's see. So I'm going to put it in here. Let me drop you down here some so you can see it. And then we're going to blend it. Let's see. Okay, that turned out great. Look, like it's... So I think what I want to do is let's add a little, it's literally peanut butter. And you see how I did that. So no salt added, no sugar added, no nothing, little bit of the coconut oil, put it in your magic bullet or your blender. And this is what you're going to come up with. I do want it a smidge sweeter. I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup to it. Okay, let's add some maple syrup. Figure it's a good sweetener and it's not too bad for your glycemic index. So I'm going to blend that up really quick. All right, let's taste this. I feel like we should taste this. I love peanut butter. So that's like a huge thing for me is peanut butter. And again, I happily use jarred peanut butter, but I'm trying to do this more often. So let's give it a taste. It's really good. I'm trying to think if I want it sweeter. I'm gonna put it, okay, so I did a little bit of maple. This is how all my recipes are. Okay, so if you're thinking that you're gonna get some like specific recipe, I'm not your girl. I always do it to taste because I think that's better. So that's good. Now I'm gonna add a little honey. Honey. Okay, I'm gonna do, I think a tablespoon. I think a tablespoon will be good. And we're going to use this. Are we going to use honey for anything else? No. So I'm just going to do, so you figure I did a little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of honey. These are natural sweeteners versus, like processed sugars. I got to tell you though, I love processed sugar. But I'm trying to be more cognizant of it. I mean, I am a health coach. But I don't want to skimp on anything because I've struggled with binge eating disorder all my life, which is why I became a health coach in the first place. And then my life coaching, of course, was from all of my other trauma. So yeah, I just kind of used all of the things that were traumatic and turned them into power for me. so I can help other people. So let's blend this. Okay, I'm sure that's fine. So let's taste it. And then I'll start telling you what to do. And again, you can save so much time if you don't want to do this. You just want to use Skippy or Jif, that's fine. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's good. So you want to do peanuts, throw in some maple syrup, and a tablespoon of honey. Oh my gosh, it's really good. Holy cow. Part of me wants to add cinnamon, but see, that's my ADHD. It goes, add this, add that. So, okay, now that we have this, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it because we're going to want to put it in the fridge for 20 minutes. So we're going to keep this. And usually I would say if you're going to do 12 of the peanut butter cups, you really could use about a cup of this. But I'm going to tell you, I used an entire thing of these. So this way, that's how we'll do our measurements. So this is 16 ounces. So you can do it even if you're in a jar or whatever. 16 ounces of this will give you about this much. Okay, look at that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're going to add to this. And then we're going to put it in the freezer for 20 minutes because then it's easier to make little discs out of them. So let me show you what I want to add. So what I'm going to do is I got coconut flour. You can really use like coconut, almond, whatever it is. Like I said, I'm just trying to do it to be just a little bit more health conscious. So I just use the organic coconut flour and I'm going to do not necessarily a flat tablespoon, just kind of like this. I mean, it's easy for me to do this. So sometimes I'll measure things out, I don't want to overthink it. You know what I mean? So this will help thicken it some and hold the consistency that I want it to hold. So then I'm just going to mix it up really good. And it's going to get thicker. That's the whole concept of it, right? Because we're going to pop this in the freezer for about 20 to 25 minutes, just to harden a little bit. It's not going to get super hard, but you're going to make the little discs for the filling. And then we'll come back after 20 minutes. It's going to get thicker, right? See, it's going to get thicker. And you don't want it too thick, but you don't want it runny. But you saw, so like, yeah, I feel like that's good. So I'm going to put this in the freezer for like 20, 25 minutes. And then I'll come back to you. All right, so I ended up leaving it in there for about 40 minutes. Be careful of that because it'll get a little bit harder. So it's like, it's not going to come out, right? So, but it's still pliable. So what we're going to do now is we are going to melt the chocolate chips. And again, I'm using the Lily's chocolate chips, but you can use Hershey's, you can use anything you want. And like I said, I use this because the sugar content is much lower. There's 0 sugar in it, right? And so I kind of like that. If you're health conscious, that's what you need to do. You need scissors. And I'm just going to show you just so you understand. So in like one of these bags, you're going to get, this is a cup. So we're going to dump a cup in there and a half, but I really like to use about 2 cups, seriously. So I put in a dark chocolate because I love dark chocolate. And I'm going to do a half a cup of the milk chocolate, Lily's. It's the same thing, still no sugar added. Oh, I almost put it in the peanut butter. Okay, so I'm going to show you. So like about 2 cups. You can make it, I like them really thick. So if you like the ones that you would get like Reese's, they're going to be thinner. I like a thicker chocolate. So let me show you. So it's going to look like, well, they're chocolate chips. You know what they look like. And this is the key. So in the past, I've been like, I'll just toss that in the microwave just as it is. I don't need oil. No, do not recommend that. So I'm going to say, what do I want to eyeball that? I usually do about a tablespoon of it's definitely more than a tablespoon. It's like a tablespoon and a half. I like it like that. And then I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to put it back out, mix it up. I'm dropping everything on the floor. Everything. All right, so this is after the first 30 seconds. It just gets the coconut oil like a little bit melty. So again, you're going to take it out about 30 seconds. You're going to stir it up, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's not going to look super melty, but you'll see it's starting to do stuff. Look, it's all gooey. Can you see it? Oh, look at that. Look how gooey. Yummy. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in for about 30 more seconds. Okay, so in total it's been 60 seconds, right? 30 seconds. I'm probably gonna definitely have to put, well, maybe. Let's see. I was trying to think yesterday when I made, or the day before yesterday when I made them. Look, it is melting. Let's see here. And you know what? Sometimes I like having a little bit of chunks in there. Actually, it seems to be doing good. Okay, so you want to definitely stir it around. Yeah, like a heaping tablespoon I think is good of the coconut oil. Again, I sometimes measure, but once I see 3 or 4 ingredients with measurements, I say no. All right, so I did 30, stir, 30, stir, 30, and now I'm gonna stir, and that's gonna be plenty. Now, I will say, if you're using, that's because I'm using the Lily's. If you're using regular chocolate chips with like Hershey's or whatever, it's not gonna take as long. I think it's just because of how, oh, look at that. Look. Oh my gosh. That's the consistency I'm looking for. So now we are going to put this together. So what I like to do is, let's drizzle it in here. And the thicker you make the bottom, like I said, I like them thick. I would say this is just, I mean, you see the super fancy way of me doing this. Yeah, not at all. I'm a messy cook, which I think in a way makes it even more fun. And I'll show you, we're gonna do this. And when you get done loading up the bottom, you're gonna wanna tap it down just to kind of make it as even as possible. Then what we're gonna do is put as much peanut butter in there as you want. I like mine here. You can even form it into a disc if you want, but I kind of like it mixed up in there personally myself. But you can always roll this out. Like you can roll this out like this and flatten it and put it in here like that. I actually like it sort of mixed up. So it's going to be however you want it. There's no right or wrong way. You can put it in with your hands. You can put it in with a spoon. You can make it super peanut buttery, not so peanut buttery. It's entirely up to you. So you may find it easier to use your hands. Sometimes I do. And again, you can make it as neat or as messy as possible. I like it messy. And I like a lot of peanut butter. A lot of peanut butter. I am a peanut butter junkie. I also like to kind of even it out a little bit in case I want to add more or if I want to take some away. So that's the advantage of doing it if you want to flatten them into discs. But I like them a little chunky, and I like some bites to have, you know, a little bit of uneven distribution. But I've done it both ways, and they're both delicious. How can you go wrong? And now what we're going to do is like I said, I like them thick, but I'm going to do 2 tablespoons up top, and I'm going to tap it down again. And I'm thinking about even adding some salt, sea salt, to the top of it because I'm in the mood to do that. Never done it before. You just want to make sure that it's covered, so just like you would a regular Reese's Cups. Now, let's add a little bit of sea salt to the top. Let's see. So I did salt on the sea salt just on 6 of them, and nice and clean because I'm a clean cook. Now I'm going to put these in the freezer for about 20 minutes and then voila, they're done. And I'm going to show you, and then you can store them in the fridge. I was going to say they'll last up to a week, but they won't last up to a week because you will eat them. Okay, so let's pop this in here and I'll come right back. Alrighty, so with the magic of that elapsed time, here they are, and I'm going to show you. I'm trying to think if I want to try one with the, I'm going to try one with the salt on it. So I like to put them in here. You don't have to, but I like it. You know how like you see the little lines on the Reese's? So I'm going to show you. I put them in there in the freezer for like an hour because I had a client. So I'm going to show you. So look, see? Okay, see, and like I said, I don't ever like disc them. There we go. You see that? All right, you see that? Oh my. That homemade peanut butter is everything right now. And the salt, do the sea salt on top, just a little bit. Don't leave them in there an hour. But I like to store them in the refrigerator. And they're not super melty, so that's the way to go. But yeah, so healthy. I'll eat a rack of these. I'll probably end up wearing more. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I am a cook. I'm not a cook. I'm a person who loves food and I want to get it the easiest and healthy way, but I still have a lot of junk food around and I eat a lot of junk food. So if you like videos like this, again, I'm not a cooking channel and I'll always throw in a little bit of like life coaching because it's my life. Drop it down in the comments here. Follow me on my other socials and my podcast, of course. But yeah, this is great. And when you guys make it, tag me in it on Instagram and let me know what you think. I mix, like I said, dark chocolate and light chocolate. So it's everything.